Hi everyone, welcome back to Mrs. Food channel. I hope everyone is doing well. In today's recipe, I'm going to show you how to make the best tasting Ghanaian beef peanut butter soup or Nkatɛnkwan. So if you are interested, let's get right into it. So here I have got some beef chin. You can use any other meat you like. You could use goat meat if you prefer. Then I'm going to blend onions, rosemary, peppercorns, aniseed, garlic, and ginger with some water. Then I am going to pour it on the meat. Then I'm just going to add a little bit more water in my blender, rinse it and pour it in my cooking pot. Next I am going to add some tomato puree or tomato paste. Then I have also diced some onions. Then I am going to add some beef and steak seasoning. I'm going to add some salt. Next, I'm going to add all-purpose seasoning. And that's it for now. I'm just going to give it a good stir. And then I'll be adding my vegetable to it. So I'm going to be adding some fresh tomatoes. I've got scotch bonnet and I've got my onions. You could boil them or cook them separately, but I want to do it quickly, so I'm just going to add them on top of the meat and it will all cook nicely together, and then it will have the meat flavor. And you can also increase the amount of pepper if you want it very hot. Now cover it and let it boil for about 20 to 25 minutes. So now let's have a look. It is already smelling amazing, guys, in the kitchen, and I'm going to give it a little stir. And as you could see, the tomatoes, onions and ginger are not quite ready yet, so I'm going to cover it again and leave it on for a few more minutes. Hi friends, so I am back and I'm going to check on my veggies, and you can see now that they have softened up, so it is the right time for me to take them out of the pot. And by the way, you can also use canned tomato, like tomato plum. You can use chopped tomatoes, and you can also use tomato passata, which is the liquid one. So here it is, and I am now going to blend it. Now that it's perfectly blended, I'm going to pour it back into my cooking pots. And of course, I'm going to rinse it with a little bit of water and add it to it. Then I'm going to stir it and leave it on the stove until I prepare the peanut paste. So my dear friends, today I've decided to use Ghana Taste peanut paste, and I've used it before and it is really good. So if you can get your hands on this one, it's a good idea. So there are many ways of preparing peanut butter soup. So this is one of the methods and it's the one I'm using today. So I'm going to add about 4 to 5 tablespoons of peanut paste in my bowl, but please feel free to use less or more. And by the way, if you can get the real Ghanaian peanut paste, it will be great, but here I don't really have access to that unless my mother-in-law sent it to me, but this is what I use. Next, I am going to add some hot water. Actually, this is boiled water to it. And then I am going to stir it and stir it until I get to the consistency that I want. So as you see here, it's become like a paste. It's not ready yet. That's not how I want it. So I'm going to add a little bit more water to it. And stir it. and it is almost ready. So this is exactly how I want it. So now the next step is to pour it into the soup. And then add water to the desired consistency I want. Some people like it thick, some like it watery. I like it in between. Well, actually it depends on my mood. And by the way, I also decided to add my mushroom. You know me and mushroom, it's a love story. So I got some portobello mushrooms in my freezer and I just decided to add it to the soup, but you don't have to. Then I am going to stir it, then cover it and leave it to cook for about 20 to 25 minutes on a medium heat. Hey friends, I am back now and I'm going to check on my soup. It's looking good and I'm going to add my seasoning. So I've got some beef seasoning cube here. Then I am also going to add some powdered food seasoning. Next I am going to add more salt to taste, and that's it for the seasoning. But please feel free to add any type of seasoning you like. So now I'm just going to stir it and leave it to cook. I'm not going to cover it this time. And the soup will be ready when the oil settles on top. Hey friends, I am back. Look at my soup. It looks amazing. The oil has nicely settled on top. It smells good. So friends, it is time to serve and eat. Now tell me, what do you like to eat your peanut butter soup with? You know, me asantini, you know, I like my fufu. It is peanut butter soup with fufu. Although you could eat it with rice ball or mutiu, but this is how I like it. The food is ready. It is time to eat. I really hope you enjoyed watching this recipe. Please feel free to try it. Don't forget to leave me comments, to share my video, to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time for another recipe. Thank you all and take care.